Welcome to David Wood Field at Benny Douglas Football Stadium here in Muleshoe, Texas for the kickoff of the 2025 Muleshoe Mules varsity football season as they take on the Brownfield Cubs in their homecoming matchup here at home. We'll show you here in just a few seconds the MHS Homecoming Pep Rally that happened this afternoon. Then 6:45, 6:50, we will have our pregame with our voice of the Muleshoe Mules, Elliott Davis, followed by kickoff at 7. Then we'll live stream, of course, the whole game. And at halftime will be the homecoming Queen Coronation for 2025 for Muleshoe High School. We'll have all that in our broadcast, but be aware we do have big rain chances and severe thunderstorms possible, and if they move in on us, we might have to cancel our live stream to pack up all of our equipment to keep it from getting ruined in the rain up here in the crow's nest, and we will bring you a delayed broadcast on Saturday if that occurs. Let's hope not, and it holds off till the game is over with. Our Gil Lamb Advertising, MuleshoeTV.com live stream of the Muleshoe versus Brownfield homecoming football game brought to you by Barrett Potato Farms, McDonald's Restaurant, Mohawk Auto Parts, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Burton Service Center, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Muleshoe Independent School District, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Edward Jones and Steven Dement, TG Fuels, new name, but Orvis, Adena, and Joe are still there to serve you. McCormick Seeds, Dell Oil Company, Leal's Tortilla Factory, Hi-Tek Automotive, and our high-speed internet for our live stream provided by 5 Area Connect. We now take you to the MHS Gymnasium for the broadcast of the MHS Homecoming Pep Rally.
And now to lead us off with a prayer, please make some noise for Mr. Dusty Stone.
All right, would you bow your heads? Father, we come to you. We thank you for another opportunity that we can gather in your name as a community, as a school, Lord. But I just want to thank the coaches and what you've done through them and the work that you're doing for these players. And I just ask that you keep them safe. I just ask that you bless the band and the cheerleaders and everybody that's put the work all year, God. Lord, I just ask that you bring Brownfield here safe and that you get them home safe. And let everything we do in here and on the field honor you, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen.
Our next nominee, Chloe Azula. Chloe is escorted by Jaden Lewis. Up next, Jasmine Ramirez. Jasmine is being escorted by Noah Hernandez. Up next, Adeline Blanco. Adeline is being escorted by Nehemiah Sanchez. Our next nominee, Araceli Ortiz. Araceli is being escorted by Adena and Joe. And our final nominee, Melody Gonzalez. Melody is being escorted by Jake Villanueva. We will announce the queen for your homecoming court tonight during halftime of the football game. Let's give these nominees one more round of applause. We have a special announcement for our cheerleaders, specifically Marty the Mule. Marty was selected to be an All-American at the UCA camp this past summer and has been invited to perform at the Citrus Bowl in December. So make some noise for It's time for the battle cry. Say it loud, say it proud. What's the victory battle cry? What's the Watson battle cry? What's the Bushman battle cry? What's the softball battle cry? What's the junior battle cry? What's the senior battle cry? What's the football battle cry? What's the Brownfield? What's the Muleshoe battle cry? I believe the winners are the football team. And now to join our high school cheerleaders for the fight song and the school song, welcome our Watson Junior High cheerleaders.
Gil Lamb Advertising, MuleshoeTV.com broadcast of the Muleshoe Mules versus Brownfield Cubs homecoming football game. Brought to you by Barrett Potato Farms, McDonald's Restaurant, Mohawk Auto Parts, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Burton Service Center, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Muleshoe Independent School District, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Edward Jones and Steven Dement, TG Fuels, new name, but Orvis, Adena and Joe are still there to serve you. McCormick Seeds, Dell Oil Company, Leal's Tortilla Factory, Hi-Tech Automotive, and high-speed internet for our live stream provided by 5 Area Connect.
Ladies and gentlemen, football fans far and wide, welcome to a momentous evening right here at David Wood Field, nestled inside Benny Douglas Stadium. I'm Elliott Davis. I am bringing you your play-by-play tonight with MuleshoeTV.com. You can find us everywhere from Facebook to YouTube, and then also on MuleshoeTV.com you can find all of the different links to be able to watch these games. Now tonight we have Brownfield in the house, coming in, new season 0-0. Now Brownfield last year, this game kind of ran away really quick. Muleshoe winning that one 62-6 last year. Brownfield finishing 0-11. They finished 4th in district play, still managed to get into the playoffs before they were eliminated in the first round. The Muleshoe finishing 6-5, 2-2 in district. We're hoping for kind of the same outcome. A whole new set of head coach, superintendent here in Muleshoe, Texas for the Mules. Everyone is really excited. I've talked to a few different people, and to be honest, I'm very excited for this new coach and what he brings for Muleshoe. New quarterback. There was a lot of kiddos that graduated from last year into going off into college and into the adult world, but we do have a lot of new faces on this football team, and I can tell you right now a lot of excitement too under the new head coach Bo Dickinson. Now Muleshoe coming into this one, from what I've understood from what I've read, is a lot of running, a lot of you're going to see a little bit more of a ground heavy offense, but one that uses really kind of the big guys up front, going over and kind of reading about some of the scrimmages and stuff too. There's some really, really good things there for this Muleshoe football team. Brownfield coming in, still same coach as last year. Brownfield looking for some life in this season, winless last season. That district, of course, is Brownfield, Denver City, Kermit, and Lamesa. You know, they'll get a chance to go to the playoffs, no matter what. But now you run into the issue of, a really good Denver City team, a Kermit team that's pretty average every year, and then also Lamesa, who always puts up a really good fight too. Muleshoe, on the other hand, District 2, 3A, you run Idalou, Littlefield, Roosevelt, and Slayton that's in there. Of course, Muleshoe doing really good in district play up until right around that Slayton game, when there were some bad injuries during that game and a kind of a big turnover on the offensive side of the ball in who you had in that offense. Really good experience for the kiddos, just an unfortunate circumstance for the Muleshoe Mules last year, kind of there towards the end of the season. And, I would say that last season was actually, a really good season for Muleshoe, starting off, going into, you went up to Canadian and gave them the best fight that they've had in a long time. kind of looking forward at the schedule. We have Brownfield today, Lamesa next week in Lamesa. Then we have New Home at home, Canadian at home. Those two games you really like having here in Muleshoe. Then week 5, you have Clyde and Clyde, and week 6, Delhart and Delhart. Really two kind of tough back-to-back games to be on the road. You're going to Clyde, you know, just east of Abilene, and then have to travel all the way to the tippy top of the Panhandle to face Delhart. Then week 7, you have a home game against Roosevelt. That's going to be your first district game. Then Littlefield and Littlefield, and Slayton at home. Then you have a bye week right before you got to play Idalou and Idalou. So some really tough games there kind of towards the end. You do like that bye week in there. Do like the having the Roosevelt Slayton game at home, and definitely like having Canadian and New Home at home too, right there before you kind of hit that really hard stretch of Clyde and Delhart for the 2 away games. Now on top of what everything that you have going on, there is new quarterbacks. From what I've understood, it is going to be Brayton Butler is going to be your starting QB. He comes in at 6'1", 225. He did a really good job last year filling in, kept his eyes, you know, mostly downfield. He can run with the ball too, which is something that you would really like out of your quarterback. But, you know, one thing I think keys to kind of looking in this game this year is, you know, being patient, kind of eliminating those turnovers that he saw last year in the end of the season. But other than that, you've returned Josue Sigala, very powerful runner, and some really good wide receivers on the outside. You know, Noah Hernandez is one that sticks out a lot, a little bit taller, really wide. Your offensive line's looking really good. You got some kids in the 6'3", 6'1", 6 foot, upper 200s, really, really big guys up front that can move some people. So, you know, maybe more of a balanced offense is something that we'll see out of Muleshoe this year. So a lot of excitement. I am really excited for this year's Muleshoe team. Now, speaking of Muleshoe's team, down the roster, you have Ram Regalado, number 0. He's a sophomore, wide receiver, linebacker. He is 5'9", 145 pounds. You have Mauro Hernandez, number 1. He's a senior, wide receiver, 5'8", 150 pounds. You have Noah Hernandez, number 2, junior, wide receiver, 5'10", 150 pounds. Then you have Aiden Garcia, number 3, sophomore, wide receiver, defensive back, 5'9", 150 pounds. Then you have Eduardo Signs, number 4, senior, running back, linebacker, 5'11", 175 pounds. Then you have Adon Hinoza. It's number 5. He's a senior, wide receiver, defensive back, 5'8", 150 pounds. Then you have Johnny Hernandez, who is 6 foot. He's number 6, senior, wide receiver, defensive back, 5'7", at 140 pounds. Then you have Blaine Klafka, number 7. He is a senior, tight end, defensive line. He is 6'2", 230. You will see him kind of using that offense whenever they're bunched up or just kind of wanting to bring in an extra blocker from what I've seen. So a good kind of a difference from last year. We'll have to see as the game goes on. Then you have Andrew Hermio, number 9, junior, wide receiver, linebacker, 5'10", 170. Josue Sigala, number 10, junior, running back, linebacker, 5'10", 170 pounds. Chris Tover, number 11, junior, wide receiver, defensive back, 5'8", 140 pounds. And then you have Luis Valles, number 13, senior, wide receiver, defensive back, 5'9", 145 pounds. Then you have Francisco Saraceras, number 16, senior, running back, linebacker, 5'8", 175 pounds. Then you have Nehemiah Sanchez, number 17, senior, running back, linebacker, 5'11", 165 pounds. Brayton Butler, your quarterback, number 19. He is a senior quarterback, defensive line, 6'1", 225 pounds. Then you have Jaden Agunyas, number 20, junior tight end linebacker, 5'9", 160 pounds. Davian Satao, number 24, junior running back linebacker, 5'10", 160 pounds. Then you have Evan Jenkins. He's number 50. He comes in as a junior offensive line linebacker, 5'10", 185 pounds. Alonzo Ramirez, 51, senior offensive line, defensive line, 5'10", 205. Jesus Rodriguez, 52, senior offensive line, defensive line, 5'9", 190 pounds. Josiah Mendez, 53, senior offensive line, defensive line, 6 foot 200 pounds. Dallas Barone, 55, junior offensive line, defensive line, 5'10", 230 pounds. Tony Rodriguez, number 60, senior offensive line, defensive line, 6'3", 275. Jake Villanueva, 72, senior offensive line, defensive line, 6'1", 210. Daniel Mendoza, 74, senior offensive line, defensive line, 5'10", 225. Then Diego Molina, 75, senior offensive line, defensive line, 5'10", 270. The superintendent for Muleshoe is Mr. Scott Bicknell. The principal is Miss Cindy Bassier. Your head coach and athletic director is Bo Dickinson, the new head coach. Now, offensive coordinator is going to be Aaron Winton. Defensive coordinator, Jay McCook. And your other coaches listed on there are Stephen Butler, AJ Villanueva, Kyler Musgrave, Gabe Harris, Justin Reyna, Brody Sutterfield, Adrian Bustillos, Marcus Herrera, John Chavez, and Ruben Tellez. As teams do run out of the tunnel tonight, as you can see off into the distance some clouds. This rain is in the forecast. I think we're sitting at an 80% chance, probably around 8 o'clock. So in the event of heavy downpour, and in the event that this game is going to be delayed, we may pause for a little bit. We may have to rearrange and resituate so that way our equipment does not get damaged in the rain. In the event of us going out and unable to finish the live broadcast that we are bringing to you, you can still find the game afterwards on MuleshoeTV.com. You should be able to find it the next day. That will also lead you to like our Facebook page, to the Twitter, to the YouTube page, to be able to go back and watch these games whenever you want. You can also go on there and watch previous games, anything else that's going on in the big little town of Muleshoe, Texas. And here comes your Muleshoe Mules down the sideline. A nice little packed house here tonight in Benny Douglas Stadium. A lot of people are very excited for this new coach to kind of see what's going on. It's also homecoming night for Muleshoe for the first game of the season. If you notice, the new track that we do have installed with the school, a little bit of a gray design, and then in the handoff area it is shaded in the black. as the teams are getting lined up for a national anthem. Apologies, I had to get a drink there. It's very dry up here in the Panhandle this August, and storms off in the distance are definitely much needed. Kenny Smith, Arthur McNett, Marcus Gonzalez, Terry Martin, and Rodney Garcia are your officials tonight. As the teams get lined up for the national anthem, we will also recognize that. Welcome back to the Friday Night Lights. Muleshoe hosting Brownfield tonight in tonight's game. And what is a new chapter for this Muleshoe team. And I can tell you what, they are very fired up. They're really good at interacting with the fans. Let me see. We got Josue Sigala back to receive, along with let's see, that is Aiden Garcia at the top of the screen, and it looks like Luis Valles on the bottom of your screen, and then the center, of course, is number 10, Josue Sigala. Kicking it away is Zach Soto, the sophomore for the Cubs. Wind is calm. It is at our backs, going bottom to top on your screen. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s for kickoff. It looks like, and apologies, let me correct that. 85 is Landon Garcia. That is who is kicking it away. And holding it for him in place is going to be Aiden Molina, the senior for the Cubs. And we have the new season ready to go. It's going to be a short kick. It's going to go out to 24. He's going to get up the middle, has some really good blocks. It's going to be finally brought down. That was Davian Sital finding some really good seams up the middle. Really great blocking by this Muleshoe special teams to be able to set up good field position, 1st and 10 for Butler and company. Got a bounce set, 2 wide receivers at the top and bottom of your screen. Sigala to the right of Butler. Here we go. 1st and 10, and it's going to be flags offside, so it'll be Free play right there. 5 free yards. So it will be a repeat first down. Same setup. Noah Hernandez at the top of your screen. He is the one receiver up high. Joining him is going to be number 13, Luis Valles. Valles in the slot, and then here we go. Butler quarterback, Josue Sigala to the left of him. Here we go, handoff to Sigala. Big hole up the middle. Sigala's going to shake out of one tackle and almost got out of a second one. First down, Muleshoe. And a little change to the dollar. Really great run by Josue Sigala. He went up the right side. There was great blocking on that right side of the offensive line, getting to the second level to allow Sigala to cut back the other way to get some extra yardage. First down, Muleshoe at the 36 of the Cubs. Sigala to the left of Butler. Here you go, another motion. And false start. First game of the year, and you hope to get those out of the way early and hope that that is the only false start that you get in this game. First game jitters, nothing to really worry about too much, and hope to get it under control. A lot of motion by this offensive front so far. First and 15. Handoff, Sigala up the right side, finds a hole. Down to the 30, is finally brought down at the 29-yard line. So a good run by Josue Sigala, really good blocking up front to allow Sigala to run through. Second down and 3. Sigala to the left, now men in motion. Here we go, handoff to Sigala, up the right side again. Really good hole, first down, and he keeps driving his feet inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line. Muleshoe now inside of the 20, first and 10 at the 16. Really heavy ground and pound by this Muleshoe offense so far. Let's see if they pass here. No, it's going to be Josue Sigala who's going to take the direct snap, and he's going to get upfield. That's going to be good for some decent yardage. Whistle blows, no takedown yet. 2 yards shy from the first down, but inside the 10 is where Muleshoe will be at the 9. Clock will continue to run, 9:40 and counting down. Now, this is a night and day difference offense from what we were used to seeing last year. Of course, brand new personnel, a lot of changes in personnel on the offensive side for this Muleshoe offense, but really good. Here we go, free play right here. Ball's tossed up, and that is just tipped away from Noah Hernandez. Noah Hernandez got up there, but just better defense by that Cubs. By the Cubs, so it's going to bring a repeat, or it'll be a first down, I'm sorry. First and goal, that should move the ball right to the 5 or the 4-yard line. Clock will stop at 9:22 in the first quarter. Scoreless so far. Muleshoe's knocking on the door. Let's see what they do here. Sigala to the left of Butler, looking off to the sideline at coach. Here we go. Handoff, Sigala. Sigala up the middle, touchdown, Muleshoe. Josue Sigala, 4-yard run up the gut. Great blocking, great execution by this Muleshoe team. Muleshoe starting off midfield, going all the way up for the score. And let's see. Who is that? Butler's going to attempt the PAT. Josue Sigala is going to be his placeholder, and that kick is going to be good. 7-0 our score in this one. 9:18 left in the first quarter. Great execution by this Muleshoe offense. You've noticed a very, very, very big difference in this Muleshoe offense already. Last year's, you got a lot of pushing the ball down the field via pass, big chunk plays. Really, really good for that team last year. This year's personnel, you got a lot of big bodies up front. I mean, here's the list again for offensive line: 5'10", 5'10", 5'9", 6 foot, 5'10", 6'3", 6'1", 5'10", 5'10", all just barely, all north of 200, if not higher up. And there's a lot of big bodies up front to be able to utilize and rotate in and out. Really, really great job by that line up front. And really, really great job by everyone in the offense overall. Only one penalty on that drive in the first game of the season. You're the opening drive. Really, really, really great job by this Muleshoe Mule offense. A little bit of lightning off in the distance. Last time I looked, the storms were still in New Mexico. From what I've seen, it was about 7:30, 7:45 that these storms will be at the border, which puts Muleshoe within the 30 to 40 minute mark from that point going forward. Josue Sigala kick it away for this Muleshoe offense. Back to receive is going to be Jeremiah Williams, and that kick's going to be kind of sideways, and it takes a weird bounce, and it's stopping, and the ball's on the ground, and it's Muleshoe's ball. Wow. Muleshoe recognized that the ball wasn't fully recovered by Williams and was able to get downfield fast and execute. Great job, special teams. Muleshoe takes over at the 19, 1st and 10 with 9:17 left in the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. Muleshoe comes out. Butler, commander-in-chief on the offense. To the left of him is number 10, Josue Sigala. Two receivers at the top and bottom of your screen. Here we go. Handoff. No, it's going to be the ball coming out, and I think Muleshoe just might have handed it back. No, they landed back on top of it. That is number 4, Eduardo Sainz, the senior, who handed back on that ball. And it looks like it was kind of a botched handoff right there in the backfield, and then the ball just kind of bobbled back and forth. So you can get the first game of the season, try to shake a lot of this stuff off, get the rust off, and really, really want to execute better as the game goes on. Back to the right of him is Sigala. Butler's going to roll out to his right. He's going to do a quick pass. Short pass complete to number 7. That's Klafka. Klafka is one of the new kids that came in. He is 6'2", 230 and plays at tight end. And this is just something that I kind of looked at. Muleshoe's going to use that tight end. They're going to really use him to block, use him to pass, do all sorts of things. Direct snap to Sigala. Sigala's going to break and hurdle over a Brownfield Cub inside the 5, down to the 4. First down, Muleshoe, 8:20 and counting down in this first quarter. Muleshoe up 7-0 if you're just now joining us. Very, very, very athletic Sigala. Plays both sides of the ball. Has a really good vision for where the ball's going. Has a good vision looking upfield to kind of find out where he wants to go. And he is also very shifty. He can move around very well, and he is very, very, very good player. Here we go. Timeout, Muleshoe. Muleshoe calls a timeout, first and goal at the 4-yard line. And so far, this Muleshoe team, really, really good job. Special teams, offense, a little bit of a fumble on this drive, and then the first drive you had the false start. So those are just the two things you kind of look at and you go, man, you know, first game of the season, you know, want to shake a lot of that off and really, like I've said before, you know, you're going to play the game as it goes and execute as you play more and more and more, especially against opponents, you know. Lot easier whenever you're playing against, you know, in practice against your own guys, you know, do a couple scrimmages here and there, but when it comes game time, you know, a lot changes, and you hope to kind of eliminate a lot of that stuff in the early phases of this game and really kind of dial it in, which this Muleshoe team is, the offense is really kind of moving on all cylinders. They're doing a really good job moving the ball down the field in little chunks at a time too. 7:41 left in this first quarter. Muleshoe knocking on the door. First and goal, handoff, Sigala up the middle. He's going to drive forward for the touchdown. Another 4-yard carry for Josue Sigala. 7:38, 13-0 is our score in the first quarter. Butler to attempt the PAT, Sigala, the placeholder. Snap is good, kick is good, and that is beautiful. PAT good, 14-0 with 7:38 left in this one. Keys for Brownfield in the so far in this game is just kind of just, you got to be able to fill the holes that are created, and this Muleshoe offensive line is just showing up, and they're just creating such big gaps for the running back to run through, for whoever. I mean, you could put anyone back there to run for this Muleshoe offense right now. They're just creating really good gaps, and the gaps just are not getting filled fast enough by this Brownfield team. Now, we haven't seen the Brownfield offense yet, or the Muleshoe defense. So we will see that maybe last kick by Sigala was short, and Williams wasn't able to get a hold of it, and Muleshoe was able to get downfield very, very, very fast. And I tell you what, this team is very, very, very fast. If you can't get a hold of the ball, you are expected to get hit immediately. Here we go. This is end over end, high up, and Williams is going to take it, but he drops it and skips by one guy, skips by another guy, and some couple missed tackles will give the Cubs really good field position here. And let's see where the ball's going to be spot, probably right at about the 41-yard line. And it looks like there's going to be a flag. Let's see what the officiating crew says right here.
There's a big part of you that wants to do that.
So unsportsmanlike conduct on the Cubs, and that takes your 41-yard line starting place down to the 31. And being honest, that makes a huge difference. Bad mistake by this Cubs special teams to kind of start off getting the ball here. So let's see what Estrada does. Low snaps, going to be a handoff at the middle. And the Muleshoe defense just completely there. Host of Mules for the tackle for loss. It's going to be 2nd down and 12. I can't even really get a number of which Muleshoe Mule was there first. I feel like they were all there at the same time. Here we go. Pass out to number 7 on the edge, and he's not going to get too far. Does get upfield in between the sticks. Will make it 3rd down and about 6, maybe 5. It's going to be Ace Martinez, the senior, with that catch and go. And sorry, quarterback is going to be Bruno for the Brownfield Cubs. So Bruno at quarterback. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Muleshoe was there, and they're going to get him behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1, 4th down and about 5. Yep, 4th and 5 for this Brownfield Cubs offense as the Muleshoe defense swarms Brownfield. Now, here's the thing, you know, if you're Muleshoe's defense, you know, you see special teams coming out, but you definitely want to keep an eye on just any trickery that this Brownfield Cubs special teams may have. You know, you're not totally far away, but if you let Muleshoe score again, you're going to be down by 21. The ball goes in between the legs of the punter, and Muleshoe will take control inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Talk about being handed a steak dinner on a silver platter for this Muleshoe offense. Same Muleshoe offense out again. You got number 2, Noah Hernandez, at the top of your screen, and then at the bottom is going to be Luis Valles, number 13. 3 in the slot at the bottom, that's Aiden Garcia, and you got Butler and Sigala in the backfield. Butler, of course, quarterback. To the left of him is Sigala. Another lightning strike off in the distance. That's too far to be called, but here we go. Quick pass to number 3. He reaches out, brings it back in, and he's going to be a yard short. Wow, what a bullet from Butler to Garcia, and that's going to be just shy. The ball's going to be placed at the half-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal, and I think we all know what's going to happen right here. Receivers in a little bit tighter. Butler, handoff, up the middle, Sigala, touchdown, Muleshoe. We'll give him a yard. 1-yard run. Josue Sigala for the touchdown. Makes it 20-0, 4:48 left in the first quarter for your Muleshoe Mules. Oh, Sigala's going to take it, and he's going to go in for the 2-point conversion. And the 2-point conversion's good. 22-0 in favor of your Muleshoe Mules after all 3 touchdowns. Josue Sigala. And then he takes a 2-point in himself. Both PAT came from Butler to give you the score that we're currently at with 4:48 left in the first quarter. Temperature now dropping into the lower 80s. It has turned into a beautiful Friday homecoming night here in Benny Douglas Stadium. What a wonderful night for some Friday Night Lights. Week one here in the Panhandle. I mean, you love the sports so much. Everybody that's watching it just loves cheering on, you know, whoever your home team is, and you just get just this little excitement. You get some college football last week, and then now you got some high school football this week. Then you got the big college football games that are coming up here this weekend too. And there's just a lot of excitement this time of the year, for especially here in the Panhandle. Here in Muleshoe, Texas, everybody's so far liking what they're seeing. Fans super excited, fans on their feet. Such a great thing. Josue Segal to kick it away from Muleshoe. Back to receive is Jeremiah Williams. It's going to be a little onside kick. Brownfield will get the ball in Muleshoe territory. And it will be a 1st and 10 for this Brownfield Cubs offense, as Bruno and company now will come out onto the field. Muleshoe's defense really stout up front. Linebackers doing a great job filling in the gaps, kind of reading what's going on in the backfield. But here's what I've noticed. The safeties have done a really good job of adjusting and knowing exactly what's coming. That is a really big thing for this Muleshoe defense that I've noticed so far. More in the running back to the right. Here we go. That's going to be a free play. And you want to kind of... Yep, that's exactly what you want there. Muleshoe coming in hot and fast. And, you know, like I've said before, you want to get this stuff out of the way. You know, defense just excited to really get going, and you got to really have kind of that self-discipline right here. You may see that a few more times from Brownfield. Either a silent call or a couple calls to try to draw an offsides before a play. So repeat first down and 5 for this Cub offense. Bruno, the quarterback. There you go again. That's going to be a false start, and now Brownfield not reading correctly. Ball will be moved back 5 yards, so a 1st and 10 for the Cubs. The off count giveth and it taketh away sometimes. The 1st and 10 for this Cubs offense. More in the running back. Bruno, the quarterback. Here we go. Handoff to Morin. Morin's going to be hit in the backfield, and a host of Mules are there for the tackle. Oh, no, ball. For a second there, I thought the ball came out just a little bit up north on your screen. That's going to be a loss of yardage. Brownfield started at the 48 of Muleshoe. Now they are back to the their own 46-yard line. Here we go, 2nd down and long for this Cub offense. Bruno, the quarterback, looking downfield, and he's just going to chunk it up in the air, and that is just outside the reach of number 3, Aiden Garcia of Muleshoe. He was beating number 11, Timmons, on the edge there. And that's what I was saying. Garcia was on, you know, that side of the field, but he read the quarterback size immediately and knew exactly where that ball was going to go, and he was just maybe just one step shy of an interception there. 3rd down and a 3:52 left in the 1st quarter. Here we go. Handoff. Morin up the right side. Tackled! That's number 4. Eduardo Signs with a tackle in the backfield. Tackle for loss. And The linebacker for Muleshoe, man, just reading that really well, stepping up, and then just immediately being that presence that's there. 4th down and very long for this Cub offense, and they're going to go for it. Here we go. And they're just going to punt it off really quick. Muleshoe's going to get out of the way, let the ball bounce downfield, and that takes a very generous Brownfield Cub bounce. It looked like it was going to go out at about the 33, and it took a turn, and now it's down to the 20. So here we go, some what would be a long drive for this Muleshoe team, for this Muleshoe offense right here. And you know, slow and methodical down the field is what this Muleshoe offense has been doing all game. Well, can't say much downfield. They were handed the ball inside the 10 a few times, or really inside the 20 a few times. Here we go, 1st and 10 for Muleshoe, man in motion. It's going to be a pitch out to number 2, and he's going to take it up the right side, has room to run, and it's finally brought out of bounds before he gets midfield. That's Noah Hernandez. Little reverse action, and Noah Hernandez recognized that there wasn't much of a hole for him to run through, so he cut it up field immediately. And he had like just a sliver to run through on that left side of the field, but he cut it back up immediately and noticed that he had some room to run there. Great decision by Noah Hernandez. That's going to be good for a Muleshoe 1st down. After the penalty, 1st and 10, Butler in the backfield sends a man in motion. It's going to be Butler who's going to roll out, and he's going to pass it. That was a bullet to Noah Hernandez, and I mean, like, you blinked and that ball was from one end of the field to the other. There was no float in that ball whatsoever. Looking off in the distance, got a beautiful shelf cloud off in the distance there. Here we go, 2nd down and free play for Muleshoe. And that ball is going to go out and was almost intercepted, but broken up by number 13, Valles. Offsides will make it a repeat 2nd down and 5 for this Muleshoe offense. Three wide receivers at the bottom of your screen, one at the top of your screen, then you have the really tall tight end right there in that slot. I would watch to see where this ball is going to go. You got Valles, and then number 6, that's Johnny Hernandez. Then you have Klafka there in the center. That's going to be out to number 6, and he's going to hopefully get upfield for that 1st down, and I don't know if he is or not. Ball came out, and that's going to be number 1, Jeremiah Williams, who's going to take it to the house. And touchdown Brownfield. Well, let's see what the officials are saying. Some are saying there's laundry everywhere, and then also there's no signal for a touchdown. They had so holding on Muleshoe. That penalties declined, touchdown. There we go. So touchdown for the Cubs. Screen pass out on the edge, and there's just a host of Cubs there. Stripped the ball out, and that was number 1, Jeremiah Williams, who took it to the house for the Brownfield Cubs, 22-6 with 2:25 left in the first quarter. Muleshoe doing a good job on that drive so far until that fumble. That is the second fumble by this Muleshoe offense in this game so far, but it is the first one that they've lost, and that one kind of hurts just a little bit. You kind of wish you had that one back, but special teams step up here and you hope to get a block. Let's see. Snap is low, and it's going to be kind of muffed, and he's just going to toss it up in the air. And you want to bat that one down, not try to bounce it back up in the air. No good. 6:22 is our score in this one. Muleshoe on top, still 2:25 left in the first quarter. A little bit of a storm rolling in off in the distance. Muleshoe hopes to bounce back from that drive. Fumbles seem to be kind of just a tiny bit of a problem so far for this offense. 2 in this game, like I've said, 2. 1 you lost, 1 you got back. Offensive penalty wise, 2 penalties, 1 false start, 1 holding. And if you're Muleshoe, you just want to if you're Muleshoe, you just really kind of want to go down and score, hopefully before these storms roll in. Since what I'm trying to look at, and let's see what we are working with here on this guy. Yeah, that's a big storm. Looks like it's kind of moving just south of town. Just kind of funny. It's kind of splitting just west of town. We'll see what happens. There's definitely a lot of lightning, but looking off in the distance, I mean, just a beautiful, beautiful shelf cloud from this storm. Josue Segal to receive this kick. Kicking it away is going to be Landon Garcia. Here we go. That kick's going to be high up into over in. Josue Segal has room to work, and that's when he's dangerous. He's going to scramble around, get on the outside edge. Is going to get up to the 40 to the 50. Finally brought out of bounds. What a run by Josue Segal. Got the ball at around the 20. Got upfield. Great blocking by the special teams. Gets it midfield. They're going to mark him at the Muleshoe 49-yard line. First and 10, Segal comes out, and number 4, Eduardo Sainz comes in. He is going to be your running back. Butler, the quarterback, left of him is running back. Wide receiver at the top and bottom of your screen, tight end in the set. Here we go, hand off to Eduardo. He's going to go up the middle, put his helmet down, and get a good chunk of yards. Gain of 5, second down and 5 for this Muleshoe offense. Same set as last time. Wide receiver at the top and bottom of your screen, except Eduardo's at the right side of Butler. Here we go. Handoff. Again, Eduardo. Up the middle. He has speed. Finally brought down, but not before a big gain down to the Brownfield 22-yard line. That's going to be a Muleshoe first down. Signs to the right of Butler. No Hernandez at the top of your screen. Garcia at the bottom of your screen. Men in motion. We're getting a big tight end over on the left side. Here we go. Handoff. Signs. He's in the backfield, but he does drive forward. Good enough for a gain of, looks like 4. I'm going to give him a gain of 5. No, it should be a gain of 4. Let's see. 1 minute left in this first quarter. 22-6 is your score. And Josue Sigala comes in for Eduardo Saenz. Great job by Eduardo Saenz coming in and pushing the ball downfield for this Muleshoe offense. Great blocks up front, of course, by this Muleshoe offensive line. 2nd down and 6. Handoff. Sigala finds a hole. Is trying to shift around, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to go anywhere. Play will be blown dead. A gain of a couple will make it 3rd down, and manageable, make it 3rd and about 4. And that should be the end of this first quarter. They're going to flip sides. Now be the end of the first quarter. 22-6 is our score. Muleshoe knocking on the door. Storm rolling in. We'll be back for your second quarter. Make sure that you hang around.
Gil Lamb Advertising, MuleshoeTV.com broadcast of the Muleshoe Mules versus Brownfield Cubs homecoming football game. Brought to you by Barrett Potato Farms, McDonald's Restaurant, Mohawk Auto Parts, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Burton Service Center, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Muleshoe Independent School District, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Edward Jones and Steven Dement, TG Fuels, new name, but Orvis, Adena and Joe are still there to serve you. McCormick Seeds, Dell Oil Company, Leal's Tortilla Factory, Hi-Tech Automotive, and high-speed internet for our live stream provided by 5 Area Connect.
Muleshoe's offense coming out to start this second quarter. It will be a 3rd down and short, manageable 3. 3rd down and 4 is where they spawned it. My apologies. Correction there. 3rd down and 4 for this Muleshoe offense. Eduardo Saenz to the left of Sigala. Sigala's just going to take it himself. He does have someone behind him. He's going to have to get upfield. That's going to be a 1st down. And there's a flag on that top of your screen in the backfield. And usually that kind of indicates a holding of some sort. Let's see. Yes, holding Muleshoe. Be a repeat 3rd down. And I thought that Brownfield should have gotten a horse collar penalty there at the very end. Sigala was brought down by the back of his collar. So Butler in at quarterback. Butler in at quarterback, 2 receivers at the top and bottom of your screen. You have a big target at number 7 there at the bottom of your screen in the slot. That's Klafka right there, saying it's 6'2", 6'3". Here we go. Butler's going to have to take it. He's going to run. He has open space. He's going to put a helmet down and lead for a first down. Muleshoe inside the 10. Down to the 8-yard line. It's a great run by Butler. Brayton Butler taking it himself. He says, man, I got moves too. I can get upfield. It's a great, smart move by the quarterback. Didn't see anything downfield, was able to see the open space, and he had all sorts of open real estate there. Really great job by the quarterback. Fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 for this Muleshoe offense. Sigala to the left of Butler. Here we go. Handoff. Sigala, right side, open. Touchdown, Muleshoe. That's going to be Josue Sigala with the 8-yard run for the touchdown. Way to turn it around after that penalty. 3rd and short, you get upfield, you get the first down, and then you had a just a drive-killing penalty there. And that is something that you have to overcome, and this Muleshoe offense overcame it and was able to get a first down. Then with the Josue Sigala run for the touchdown on the very next play. You talk about some really good mental toughness by this Muleshoe offense to be able just to kind of, take it a play at a time and just shake off that last bad penalty. And coach is going to take a timeout. This homecoming game is brought to you by Barrett Potato Farms, McDonald's Restaurant, Mohawk Auto Parts, Bailey County Electric, Burton Service Center, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Muleshoe ISD, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Edward Jones and Steven Dement, TG Fuels, a new name, but they do have Orvis, Adena, and Joe are still there to serve you at TG Fuels. Dale Oil Company, McCormick Seeds, Leal's Tortilla Factory, Hi-Tek Automotive, and in this game, with the internet provided, able to bring it to you in your homes or in your vehicles or wherever you are listening, is provided by 5 Area Connect. You can find all of your Muleshoe news, games, anything the school's doing, MuleshoeTV.com. That's where you want to go to find previous games, live games, and of course anything else that you might be interested Muleshoe-wise in the big city of Muleshoe. 1st and goal, Butler's going to roll out to his right. He thought he had a man, and I think he's going to take it himself, and he's going to cut up the middle. Here we go. Great job for the 2-point conversion there from Muleshoe. Will make it 30-6. And there's going to be an injury timeout. And we definitely hope the Brownfield Cub is okay. Winds have kind of started changing direction. They have moved to more of the left and right on your screen so far on this one, as everyone's taking a knee here in Benny Douglas Stadium. And this is just the unfortunate part of football, that just comes with it, that you hope games go on injury-free, and we hope it is nothing serious. As 76 is getting up, he's being helped off the field. as coach is helping them off the field. Looks like two of the training staff for the Cubs. He is not able to get off on his own though, so we hope that it's nothing serious and hope for any speedy recovery for number 76. That's Rodriguez for the Brownfield Cubs. Kicking it off for the Muleshoe Mules is going to be, of course, number 10, Josue Sigala, back to receive. Let's see, I don't have anyone back there yet. Let's see who they bring out. It's going to be number 11, Trey Timmons. As the storm is rolling a little bit closer. Wind is now calm, which tells me that the storm that is approaching is inching its way closer. There's a lot of lightning in the background. Your score is 30-6, and once again, as this ball is going to be kind of pooched up really high in the air, and there's almost a little bit of confusion there. Really good blocking up front for Brownfield, but a really great tackle. As see, that was number 20 and number 0. That's Ram Rodriguez and Jaden Agundias. Once again, I want to inform everyone, you know, in the event that there's just this downpour of rain, that we may have to, that the live stream service may not continue on. So you can find everything, you know, if you want to go back and watch the game. And I encourage it. This has been a really good game, a really good home opener so far. But in the off chance that we do get disconnected, you can find us at MuleshoeTV.com, Facebook, of course the website, and then also on Twitter. So handoff at the mill is not going to go really go anywhere for this Brownfield Cub offense. 2 yards for the gain. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for this Cubs offense. Bruno, the quarterback, to the left of him is going to be Jeremiah Williams, number 1. Here we go. Bruno, pass up the middle, and that ball's just in and out of the hands, and it looks like there's going to be a roughing the passer penalty. That's going to be against Muleshoe, and man, that was kind of a bang play right there, and everything just happened really fast. Let's see what this officiating crew says. That could have really gone either way for this Muleshoe defense for that penalty. Let's see. Roughing the passer is the call, and Muleshoe is going to hand Brownfield a little bit better field position as they are moved deeper into Muleshoe territory at around the Muleshoe 42-yard line. So 1st and 10, Bruno, or sorry, it's not going to be Bruno, it's going to be number 6 who's going to take it up the right side, and he has some speed with him, and he's going to be driven out of bounds, well, really forced out of bounds. That's going to be Ben Estrada. Now, Ben Estrada's coming out, and Braylon Bruno back in the game for the Cubs. That is going to be a 1st down for this Cubs offense. 30-6 is our score. 10:09 left in the second quarter. Let's see. Bruno back, and that ball's going to be bobbled around, almost intercepted, almost caught. Intended receiver Trey Timmons, number 11. And that ball was a bullet coming out there, but I don't even think Timmons was ready for that one. Brings second down and 10. And here's that just kind of nice little thing about this Muleshoe front is just a complete rotation on the front. So brand new, fresh set of bodies for this Muleshoe defensive line. Here we go. Handoff to number 5. He's going to bounce up the right side. And it's going to be tackled. He is going to be short. And here comes the rain. There's fans exiting the stadium, and so is the band. Really strong winds now coming in. Winds blowing from the top to bottom of your screen. And there it is, lightning delay. Homecoming night lightning delay. 30-6 is our score. And we will go into this delay, and we will see where we are from here. Yes, sir. We will be, stick around. The pep rally will be on as this weather delay is going on. So make sure you stick around to watch that. We may be right back in hopes of this storm just kind of clears out.
Sophomore